Telcoin is on absolute fire right now, but I want you guys to understand that this is just the beginning phase of what's left to happen this cycle. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So, listen, Telcoin has been one of my top bear market picks in the Discord. If you guys are in the Discord, you already know about this. Dropped this on the Patreon, which is no longer a thing. The Discord replaced it, but I dropped this on the Patreon back in 2022 into 2023, and we still continue to talk about it even into 2024. And now it's one of the top winners, and it's kind of crazy because it's outperforming the top 24-hour gainers in the top 100. If we actually look at the top gainers and losers, the top 100 is at 20.26%, right? Right now, it's technically 19.9%, but if we look at the top 500, Telcoin is at about roughly 20%, but again, I'm looking at this thing on the last 7 days. The last 7 days, Telcoin is up over 36.93%. If we look at the last 30 days, we could see that Telcoin is up 70.5%. And even right now, in terms of the top made in the USA altcoins, in the top 24-hour span, Telcoin is number 1. The last 7 days, Telcoin is number 4. And the last 90 days, Telcoin is number 5, because Telcoin is up 188% on the last 90 days. And if we actually look at the last 1 month for Telcoin, it's been an incredible overall month, sideways momentum into that big expansion to the upside. And this is what the last 1 year looks like, where Telcoin is actually up over 556%. This is what the all-time chart looks like, where we are basically just beginning. I mean, if we look at this thing, the next phase here is going to be substantial, because it is going to target the 2+ cent level, where we do ultimately just look for the all-time highs to be targeted on Telcoin, which is sitting pretty at about roughly 6.5 cents. Now, the overall trading volume is up about 157%, and yeah, this is because a lot of people are now starting to find out about Telcoin. If we look at the overall price chart here, we've had a while to accumulate Telcoin at this mid-low range level, just around 0.0011. And this was the big buy opportunity. All of this down here was screaming a buy zone for Telcoin. Now, we are up significantly, and we could actually see that nice bull flag formation that we were trading in right before we started to break out. If we do get a weekly candle close over this upper resistance level, just above roughly a cent, Telcoin is going to target the next major key level of interest, which is roughly around, like I said, 2 cents. I mean, ultimately, the next major resistance zone is right around roughly 2 cents. So after that, we basically just target the all-time highs. Now, I do think that this is going to be one of the biggest winners this cycle, not just because of the fundamentals behind it, but because of the community behind Telcoin. Telcoin has a massive community. And even right now, I mean, this thing is on over 172,000 watch list. But guys, if we go to the Telcoin, Twitter account, they have over 100,000 followers. Now, you might be saying, well, Nick, that's not a lot of followers. It is when the engagement on Telcoin's overall post look the way they do. The community is extremely engaged with Telcoin. A lot of people love Telcoin and have held at TEL for well over 4+ years, and it is because this is a team committed to non-stop building and growth, and ultimately, they are hungry for success for Telcoin, which is exactly why TEL has been doing very well since the bear market. Now, on top of this, I did say all-time highs are next. Yes, I do believe that all-time highs on TEL is next, especially if we can get a weekly candle close over that upper level, which, by the way, we are about roughly 48 hours away from that happening, which is going to be a very big signal. Now, I also just want to quickly mention, because a lot of people have been asking me where they could buy Telcoin at. These are all of the markets for Telcoin. Very simple way to buy it, where there is zero restrictions, is just typically utilizing a DEX. Now, you could utilize Coinbase Wallet for this, MetaMask, any wallet that you really want, and you could just tap into Uniswap. Best way to purchase it, in my opinion. That way you don't run into any restrictions. Outside of that, some top exchanges: Bybit, BitGet, KuCoin, MEXC, BingX. It's totally up to you guys. But I have been buying TEL on MEXC lately. Prior to that, my big buy purchases on TEL were on KuCoin. Before it did get restricted. After that, I was utilizing Uniswap up until they just listed it on MEXC. I am expecting a lot more listings though for Telcoin, which I will most likely assume will happen towards the end of March, simply because towards the end of like the quarters is when we usually get a lot of exchange listings. But we'll have to watch, wait and see, and keep a close eye out on that as we do get closer. Now, on top of that, let's go over here to some of the big announcements that recently did happen. Number one, the game company is bringing its next-gen cloud gaming platform to the Telcoin network. This is actually a pretty big update considering how big the game company actually is. They have well over 127,000 followers and is one of the bigger gaming, companies or projects, if you will, in this space. So this is actually very exciting. And again, it is connecting those players into the mobile Telcoin app as well. So it's kind of like a seamless bridge, if you will. So this is actually very exciting. And again, you could tap into those digital payments or DeFi powered payments through TEL, and also even the game company's own token, and also even Ethereum and stablecoins. So this is very exciting. I think that this is a great announcement. Now, on top of that, we also saw that Telcoin Wallet V4 is on its way. This is a massive release, or I shouldn't say on its way, it's already released, but there's a lot more updates happening within this. And I'm actually very, very excited about this. I think that this is a huge step in the right direction. And again, this does build upon the idea of the Telcoin Bank, because that's going to have that integration within the Telcoin Bank. And yeah, I mean, this is, again, clear overall confirmation that Telcoin is constantly trying to upgrade, constantly trying to push forward, their applications and their solutions that they already offer. And, again, this is one piece of the puzzle in terms of that Telcoin Bank, which everyone has been anticipating for a while now. A direct quote here: "We are entering a new exciting phase for Telcoin, becoming a regulated bank and building the internet of money," said Paul Neuner, the Telcoin founder and CEO. V4 is a foundational element of this vision, expanding Telcoin's reach beyond the wallet itself and setting the stage for seamless banking integrations globally. So, yeah, I mean, listen, they are fully focused. They are fully tapped in on that digital asset bank narrative. And the wallet is definitely a big key piece of that. But outside of that, they definitely do continue to push forward on a lot of things, including, of course, these integrations, like, for example, the one with the game company. Now, also, talking about the Telcoin app and also that digital bank move, the president of banking operations at Telcoin did recently say in an interview, "This is something that will benefit not just the general public, the crypto community, but also the US banking industry regarding that digital asset bank move that they are doing, or in the middle of doing, I should say." But what's crazy about this is, if we go over here to this recent post from the Telcoin founder and CEO, Paul, excited about Senator Hagerty's new federal stablecoin legislation today, which is critical to placing the US at the center of the internet of money and making crypto usable for payments and the next generation of banking. Guys, Telcoin is on fire with a lot of the moves being made, with a lot of these meetings happening, and these connections really kind of being made as well. It feels as though Telcoin is quickly building a path to becoming one of the key players within the US crypto market. And at this point in time, as you guys have been watching a lot of my recent videos, we know that the US wants to become a crypto hub. We know that the US wants to be a digital asset leader. And what better way to do that than, investing in and even having a lot of these big meetings with US based crypto projects and companies like Telcoin. I think Telcoin is becoming a foundational player in the US, and they are also at the forefront of the digital asset revolution taking place right now. But on top of this, let's go over here to this post, which is a big one considering what we recently did here from the ECB. We have SEPA deposits and withdrawals are available for Telcoin wallet users in the European Union. EU residents can now deposit into the app with a connected bank account, access more than 100 digital assets, and withdraw back to their bank. Now, what's crazy about this is that this is announced at a time where we just saw this from the ECB, which was big win for fintechs in Europe. The ECB has published a decision that gives non-bank payment service providers, NBPSPs, including payment institutions and e-money institutions, e.g. regulated stablecoin issuers, direct access to the Eurosystem central bank payment systems like SEPA and TIPS, which basically did pave a path for Telcoin to also be integrated within this and offer something like this. The decision, rooted in the instant payments regulation that came into force earlier this year, can reduce a reliance on traditional banks for fiat settlements, creating a more level playing field and boosting competition and innovation in the EU payments landscape. So this is very exciting, and we also have applications for access should open in Q2 of 2025, June. And with this already happening around Telcoin, I do think that they are going to be at the forefront of this. Again, we are starting to see that global push on adoption of digital assets and ultimately the welcoming of digital assets within these nations. That's happening in a big way. 2025 is setting a big precedent for digital assets to ultimately take center stage and become huge pieces of these economies around the world. And I do think that some of these projects like Telcoin that have been here building for years and years and years, because you got to remember that Telcoin didn't just launch yesterday. No, this has been a project that's been around from like 2017, 2018. And now today, they continue to make a ton of noise because of how strong the team is, their vision that they have for Telcoin, and their vision that they have for digital assets in general and this entire space, but also even the banking sector, because we know money is broken. We have a fix here. The fix is DLT, blockchain, and crypto-based solutions that could revolutionize the way that money moves around the world 24/7, 365. So why not, try to do something big with it? And that's exactly what Telcoin and the team behind it are doing. And this is definitely empowering every single mobile phone user. And at some point in time, if they do become that digital bank, which I do think that they are becoming, it's basically solidified already. They are going to allow anyone to ultimately become their own bank, but tap into banking based services through a mobile phone through the Telcoin app. Guys, this is a massive step in the right direction for the entire industry, and it's happening through Telcoin, a project that has less than a $1 billion fully diluted value, at least at the time that I'm recording this, because this is most likely going to change and will probably be well over $1 billion by the time that this does go live, because I'm recording this a few hours earlier in the day, so I do apologize for that. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did definitely like, subscribe, to notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.